Welcome to day 147 of 150 emotions in 150 days. Today's emotion is tenderness, and its origin is Latin, meaning soft, delicate, youthful. The story it tells us is, you are safe, it will be all right. The impulse it creates to provide safety for others, and the purpose allow us to provide a sense of safety to others. Not as a dignity practitioner, but as a father of three, there were times to employ the emotion of tenderness and times to introduce the reality of the moment or the situation through dispassion or equanimity. And there were definite times that I reacted in default to impatience, frustration, and annoyance. The parents out there listening can confirm. You don't receive a parenting handbook that gives you step-by-step guidance on how to properly address every scenario that occurs in the various stages of your child's life. And now that my wife Rebecca and I had to play zone defense as we were outnumbered and our three children were active in travel sports all the way through the collegiate level. Plus, they were involved in many extracurricular activities through their schools. We wouldn't have changed a thing. So, as I was saying, now that our children are well-adjusted adults, fully employed, and off our payroll, I think it's appropriate that you don't receive the parent handbook once your child is born. Look, as a dignity practitioner and as a father, I do think the Field Guide to Emotions by Newby and Watkins would be a tremendous resource to the parent. I mentioned in my opening comments that in addition to employing the emotion of tenderness for my children, there were definite times that I reacted in default to impatience, frustration, and annoyance. The key phrase here is reacted in default. My only regrets as a parent, as I look back, are the instances where I reacted in default. The times that I didn't create space from what happened and my reaction. In those instances, if I would have taken a breath or stepped away from the immediacy of the situation, I could then accept the impatience, frustration, and or annoyance and decide what I believed would have been the proper response instead of the default reaction to the emotion. Listen, I'm not saying that every situation, if I simply took a deep breath, I would always respond with tenderness. Absolutely not. There were times that each of my children had to see my impatience, frustration, and annoyance. Often it was after those instances that we had the best conversations and learning moments for them and for me. Through Mike Brown's 0 days to waste mindset, he shares that the disease of ALS gave him a new perspective. Mike says that he chased perfection for much of his life in athletics, at work, at home, as a husband, and as a parent. Mike tells us that as human beings, it's our imperfections that make us perfect, unique, funny, and interesting. I will take this a step further. As a father, I am glad that I was imperfect. I know that my three children learned from my parenting mistakes along the way. And in turn, one day, when they give Rebecca and I the grandchildren we are waiting for, no pressure, they will be outstanding, imperfect parents that provide their children with the tenderness, along with all the other emotions they require to live a full and prosperous life. There are 0 days to waste.